Well, today I've got a Corvair in the barn. You can see it peeking out right there. Looks like the door is a little broken. See if I can get this open. There it is. Looks like the cover's pulled away a little bit where the antenna is. But other than that, it's been locked away here. I was told by the guy that lives in this house that this has been sitting here a very long time. Now that I have the cover off of it, looks like it hasn't always been covered. There's some raccoon feet there. But it is locked, windows up. So I don't think animals have been inside of it. So it might be okay in there. A lot of footprints up here. First impressions though, looks pretty okay. No big holes in the top, that's a plus. Trunk's open. Okay, it's not totally open. I don't have any keys for this, so I can't open that today. Both rear tires are flat. Let's see what there is to hook onto down here. Doesn't look like a lot. Exhaust is on that side, so my best guess is pulling from this side somewhere. That rear suspension isn't made of much. You can see where I went through around the suspension there. It's probably gonna kit here, so I'll have to put a paper towel roll or something there to keep from damaging that. Alright, I stuck my gloves on there, try to protect it as much as I can, but there's not a whole lot I can do under these situations. It's got flat tires, doors are locked, I have no keys. It's coming up pretty straight. Where I've got it hooked, it should pull it more towards me, which is the way it needs to go. Looking good. All right, I've got it up on the truck. I just need to finish tying it down. All right, I'm on the road. I'll see you at the shop. I have the tires inflated and the car in the shop. This tire back here was not going to hold any air, but luckily the spare was still in with the engine, and that spare does hold air, so that's what's there now. I have the bad tire mounted back where that spare goes. And I also now have some sets of keys for it, so we can actually open the doors, open the trunk. This is a 1964, and it is the Monza version, which means it was available for all of the options that were available except for the turbocharged engine. This particular one is equipped with the radio and a 4-speed manual transmission. The interior is very dirty, but it looks like it'll probably clean up and be fine. I do have a brand new carpet kit that was with the car. Getting the carpet replaced will probably help with the smell that's coming out of here. If we check out the trunk, I have that car cover in here. And the animals were definitely able to get in here, probably just small ground squirrels and things. They did chew through the tonneau cover that would cover the convertible top when it's folded down. Not really a big deal. There's a little mouse nest there. So really the only thing up here is our wiper motor and our brake master cylinder. The inside of everything looks very clean, rust free, so I'm hoping that once the car is cleaned, maybe it'll look as good as this. Here in the engine bay, the spare tire is stored over the engine on this side. The battery would go over here where this oil is. So I need to grab a battery before I can try to start this. And this is the high performance dual carb version. I'm going to get the spare tire out of here to make this easier to work on. Let's check the oil. Yep, plenty of oil in it. Now let's connect up a battery and see if the engine turns over. I've got a battery installed. Let's turn the key and see what happens. Ignition lights come on. That's a good sign. Make sure we're in neutral. Let's turn the key. Oil light went out, so it started building oil pressure right away. That's a good sign. Let's go check the spark. Looks like the taillights are still on, so the brake light switch is not working properly. Let's see what happens if I pull the brake pedal up. I took a bungee cord and wrapped it around the brake pedal for now, so that we can continue testing things until I'm ready to get to the brakes. Certainly the points are bad in the distributor, so let's get the cap off and take a look at them. The inside of the distributor cap looks surprisingly good. Rotor almost looks brand new as well. We can see the points right here. So as this cam comes around, it pushes open and close the end here, which makes contacts and fires off the spark. It looks to be surprisingly clean as well. Let's turn the car over and see if we see a spark here. I didn't see any sparks, so let's make sure that we actually have power here. I have the ignition on right now, and the coil does have power. We do have power on the points. It looks like it's not going through the points. So it'll spark if I close the gap with this. And we should have seen sparking like that, but the points are too dirty to be making contact. I'm going to turn the ignition off and then we'll get that cleaned up. I'm going to use my Dremel to try to clean the points up. I'm going to turn the ignition back on. We're not on a lobe right now, so I'm going to try to manually work those points. And I can feel already that it is sparking there. I don't know if you can see and hear that. You should be able to see that sparking there. So the points are clean and working now. Let's put all of this back together. Now let's get this air cleaner assembly out of here. I'm going to drop a little bit of fuel into each of the carbs, and then we'll see if we can start it. That's a good sign. The ignition is working and the engine will run. I'm thinking if I hook my fuel bottle up, we can get this to run. The fuel comes up from the fuel tank up this pipe here into the fuel pump, and then out of the fuel pump into a T and over to both carburetors. I'll hook my fuel drip tank up to the input of the fuel pump, and then we can see if the engine will stay running on fuel. Got my fuel drip tank hooked up, so let's turn on the fuel. Let those carbs fill up. Now let's try to start it again and see if it will stay running. On its own. The ignition light went off, so the generator might be working. I'm going to grab my voltmeter and we'll check the voltage. Yep, looks like it's charging. So it looks like everything's pretty much working. Now let's start it up and see if the clutch works. The brakes go straight to the floor, so it doesn't have any brakes at this point, but I should be able to slowly move it forward and back. Goes forward. Clutch feels nice and smooth, actually. Let's try reverse. No grinding of the gears. At least I don't have to push this car anymore. Looks like it works. That's all I have time for today. I don't know how far I'm going to take the Corvair project, but this is definitely not the last time you're going to see it. So if you want to see more videos like this, comment below and click subscribe.